What's up YouTube, it's Elijah1Dream and we're back again with another NBA 2K24 new gen gameplay video. And in today's video we are back on the ultra rare 7'3" two-way Diming Middy Specialist. And in today's gameplay we drop a 40-point triple-double. We shoot lights out from deep, get a ton of assists and rebounds, and go absolutely crazy. Now this build is definitely unique, and especially by the build name you can tell that. We have a minimum wingspan on a 7'3" that gets us a 90 mid-range and lots of great shooting badges, but only a 76 3-ball, and it is still absolutely money. Now first things first, we are going to run through the attributes, and then I will drop the jump shot for you guys as well. So we are currently at a 95 overall. So far I haven't upgraded my close shot. It is left at a 60. I do have my driving layup, driving dunk, and standing dunk maxed out so we can get the most finishing that we can. Of course, obviously other than the close shot, that probably will be the last thing that I upgrade. This is a stretch build, so you will be living on the perimeter more than being inside, but still it's really nice to have that 92 standing dunk for those elite big man contact dunks. And you can also get gold fast twitch through here. And like I said, we got that 90 mid-range and a 76 3-ball and a 65 free throw, so you can still knock them down from the free throw line if you do end up getting fouled. And one really cool thing about this build, we also get a 98 pass accuracy, so we can actually get Hall of Fame needle threaded for this. And if you're able to box your opponent out, time your jump correctly, come down with that rebound, you can throw full court outlet passes with ease and get easy assists. And especially if you run the sponge takeover perk, you can get your takeover so quick, and you can easily get Mamba mentality as well. And once you activate Mamba mentality, add +10 to all of these stats, you will be going absolutely crazy, and you can get so many nasty highlights and clips. Right now we have a 56 ball handle and a 44 speed with ball, so if we do get a rebound we can go coast to coast, or if we get Mamba mentality we can still cook up a little bit. And it is nice to be able to move with the ball and just be able to create your own shot a little bit. And we have an 84 interior defense. We actually only needed to go to 82, but I wanted the two-way name, and what I had to do was go to 84 interior defense. And I absolutely love having some interior defense on a tall center build like this. You can absolutely disrupt a ton of shots, and we do have a 93 block and gold anchor to go with this as well, and even an 80 strength. And we can get silver post lockdown on this build as well, so you can definitely stop a lot of those post steps and post spins, anything like that, and play hands up defense. You're gonna make them miss and they get super pissed off, and especially if they're an inside, they can't do any of that cheesy post work on the inside, and then they have to come and guard you on the perimeter. You take away all their rebounding, all their blocking, everything like that, opens up the lanes for your teammates. It's really nice, and they hate guarding perimeter players. 63 perimeter defense, so you can take this to the park, or if you want to do some 3v3 events, anything like that, you can take it there. Of course, if you do face against like a 6'7", a 6'8", you get matched up against somebody that knows how to play the game and dribble well and use their speed to their advantage extremely well, this will be really hard to guard still. But at least you have something, and that bronze off-ball pest badge is extremely nice as well. And like I said, we got a 93 block, and that does get us gold pogo stick, gold anchor, and we only get bronze chase on artist, I believe, but still I wanted to get that pogo stick and that gold anchor with the shorter wingspan to make up for that shorter wingspan, and of course a little bit of a lower strength as well to counteract that as well too. Only a 38 offensive rebound currently, but we do have an 85 defensive rebound. As long as you box out early, get position, time your jump right, you can still come down with a ton of rebounds. You'll still average probably like 12 to 14 rebounds this way, and you will get hoed out of the occasional rebound if you are facing an inside center that has max wingspan and like a 99 offensive rebound with Hall of Fame rebound chaser. They will be getting some rebounds over you, but you can still absolutely hold your own. You just have to get position early, box out, basic basketball fundamentals, and you will be okay. Speed, max that out to 55, acceleration to 45 as well, and that spot finder badge is extremely nice. If you go point one direction and tap right trigger or R2, you get a nice little speed boost, or like dexing is what they called it back in the day, and you can get open off of that, and you can do it for cuts or along the 3-point line as well. Helps you get open, and it will help you hit those jump shots as well. And we do get an 80 strength on this build, and again, in Mamba mentality, or if you want to activate the physicals takeover, you can get up to a 90, so you can definitely hold your own down in the paint. And we needed that 75 vertical to go with the 92 standing dunk, so we can get elite big man contact dunk packages. And lastly, a 95 stamina to go with an 82 interior defense that will get you the gold workhorse badge. And for the jump shot, I am using the exact same jump shot as you guys would have seen in the previous build video, and I will link the build video in the outro, so make sure you just click about 10 seconds before the outro, let it play, it should show up, and then you can easily click on that and you can get the full build, everything, and the specs, whatever you want. And of course, like I've said numerous times throughout this year, Jonathan Isaac has been the best base for me this year. I'm still inconsistent with it. I'll have good shooting days, and then I'll have a couple bad shooting days, and I'll be great again. One day I was absolutely lights out, the next I couldn't throw a rock into the ocean. Like, I'm so inconsistent with it still, but this base has been the most consistent for me. I have tried Eric Pascal. I just can't seem to get it down for some reason. But also another trick that I have mentioned before, drop the speed down 1 tick. It actually puts it down to half speed, but you will see that the timing stability will go from a D+ to a C-. And of course, I really like the Tim Duncan release because of the height of it. Just a nice high release point I find is a little bit easier to time. Pretty much as soon as he gets the apex of the jump, you can let go a square, especially if you're using that push timing setting. Absolutely, once he gets to that apex and that's when he starts to push the ball, that's when you can release and you should be able to get those greens. And Jaren Jackson Jr. is just a nice base to go with it as well. As you can see, great ratings, a D- in the release height, but the Tim Duncan base makes up for that, but it has great stats elsewhere, nice release speed, defensive immunity, and timing stability. So again, drop the speed down 1 tick. It will put it to half speed for some reason, and the blending 66% Tim Duncan, 34% Jaren Jackson. But again, you guys can mix up whatever releases you want. This is what I've been using. I definitely recommend using Tim Duncan, and then you can mix it up with whatever other release that you may want to use. So there we have it, the attributes and the jump shot for this build, everything that you guys need to be successful. If you want to see a full animations video, go and check out the 7'3" two-way diming mid-range threat. I have all of my animations in there, including post fades, dribble moves, everything. So I do have an animation video within that video, and I will link that in the outro as well. So if you want all the animations, not just the jump shot, click about 10 seconds before the outro, let it play, and then the 7'3" two-way diming mid-range threat video will pop up. Click on that and you'll have all of the animations to put on this build. So now that we've ran through everything, let's get into this 40-point triple-double gameplay. Alright, so here we've got a 44 point, 15 rebound, 10 assists, 2 steal, and 4 block gameplay on 18 of 22 shooting and 8 for 12 from 3-point land. And as you see, we are up against a 7'1" inside the arc glass cleaner. And he is shooting about 20% from 3, so it looks like he does have the ability to shoot 3s, but not very consistently. And honestly, even me shooting, I have been very inconsistent, but as you've seen at the start there, my percentages were very high. But when I first made this build, I was shooting lights out, and for some reason, as I kept playing on it, I just kept shooting worse and worse. I don't know what happened, but again, I'm just still very all over the place with my shooting. I'll have some amazing days, and then the next days I won't be shooting nearly as well, but I try to take as many open shots as I can, try and activate that Claymore badge, or if you even have the Spot Finder badge, it is extremely helpful as well too. It's kind of like the way to Dex this year. If you tap R2 or the right trigger, maybe even want to cut to the net, it also works for dunks. It's just actually pretty crazy. So if you maybe you're gonna fake a cutout to the 3-point line and then you cut back in, tap RT or R2, you'll get this nice little quick burst and you'll blow by your defender, especially if they don't have that off-ball pest badge, where you get some really nice kind of grab animations and it just slows them down a little bit. It's really nice and extremely useful to have perimeter defense on any of your center builds. But still, that will kind of negate it, but at the same time, you'll get a nice little boost towards the rim. You get the pass, it's an easy dunk. You will see Spot Finder pop up on dunks and layups even. But same thing, if you want to fake a cut or maybe take a couple steps in, look like you're making a backdoor cut, and then tap R2 and the stick away from the hoop, you'll get a nice little speed animation. And look at that midi, that 90 mid-range coming in handy, of course in Mamba mentality, so that is a 99 mid-range. And you guys know, especially in Mamba mentality, a sharp shooting takeover, that's almost an automatic green. And I wanted to do that 93 block. I know there has been a lot of videos or conversations recently. What do you need for a center? Bronze anchor, silver, gold, or Hall of Fame? Now, really, all that you really need is bronze anchor. 2K Labs did do a test on it. There's really not much of a difference from bronze to Hall of Fame. But with me having a minimum wingspan, I really wanted to put on gold anchor, and not having a close shot and everything else that I have, it just made sense to go to 93. But if you want to go to the 77 block or whatever it is to get bronze anchor, that's totally up to you. And I don't have a ton of strength on this build. 80 is definitely still sufficient enough.
It's not like I have a low strength, but again, I wanted to have that gold anchor with the shorter wingspan to make up for my lack of interior defense. But still, again, I do have a high enough interior defense where I can play some amazing post defense. I believe I get silver post lockdown on this build. I can't quite exactly remember. I've made so many builds already this year. It's absolutely insane. And I actually have 2 more on the way. I do have a revised version of the 7'0" demigod where we do get an 88 driving layup. The reason I made that, I wanted to try out an 88 driving layup, get that Hall of Fame float game, and once I hit starter 3, we can unlock the Demantis Sabonis layup package. And he has an animation in there, a floater animation, where you can shoot floaters from like beyond the free throw line, and it is pretty much an automatic green. The green window on your bar is absolutely massive, and especially if you got an 88 driving layup, Hall of Fame Pro Touch, Hall of Fame flow game, that is going to be super cheesy. And especially if you hit some 3 balls, they come out and have to guard you. They start guarding you tight. You blow by them 1 or 2 steps. You can put up that floater. That's going to be easy money, especially if there's going to be some help defense under the rim. That way you can counteract that. Or if you do have that build with an 89 driving dunk or contact dunks at all, you can absolutely take off on them. But it's just really nice to have some more options. And look at that cheesy layup right there too. A 73 driving layup, making some crazy tough contested layups right there. Of course, a nice little block. My teammate helping me out right there. I don't believe I would have got that block if my teammate didn't help. Get him in a kind of a crappy animation. And of course, driving dunk on this build as well too. So not only can you live on the perimeter, you can still set your pick and rolls, finish around the rim, and especially in Mamba mentality with that takeover or finishing takeover, it's super nice. And again, definitely make use of that midi game. You have a 90 mid-range. You can get Hall of Fame Midi Magician, I believe. If not, it is on at least the gold level. Put that to use. I really wish we could have got Space Creator back on these 7-footers. I absolutely loved that badge last year, but again, I kind of get why they did limit the 7-footers to not have that. Last year it was pretty cheesy, but honestly, even this year, the step backs, I've been hitting them pretty much at the same rate as I was in 2K23, but definitely last year I was shooting better on my standing jump shots, but again, like I said, I'll have some amazing shooting days, and then all of a sudden I can't throw a rock into the ocean. And one of the new builds that I also made was a 7'2". It's kind of like the 7'3" two-way Diming mid-range threat, but look at that 3 ball. That would have been absolutely disgusting if I hit that. But if you guys go and look back at the build video, I did hit a 3 like that. And again, making use of that pull-up, that Midi Magician badge to go with that Mamba mentality, it is extremely OP. But we have been absolutely cooking up in this gameplay. I don't know why this guy keeps leaving me open. He is actually the only person left on the team at this point, but regardless, I still had to do my thing, go crazy. 3 assists away from a triple-double with a minute left, and spoiler alert, you guys already know this is a triple-double gameplay, so we will be able to get it. And of course, that 98 pass accuracy is extremely nice to have. Do you really need a 98 pass accuracy? No, but with the shorter wingspan, the lower rebounding, I was just able to increase it to that much. And of course, I wanted to try out Hall of Fame Needle Threader. I like to try out a lot of the badges, so I end up making a ton of builds. And once again, that Midi Magician badge is just OP, and my teammates flopping on me right there. They can't believe the shots that I'm hitting. 42 points, 8 assists, and 13 rebounds with 40 seconds left. Pretty much just going to let this whole gameplay play to the end of it. And again, as you can see, even with that 85 defensive rebound, I'm still getting 14 rebounds, and I am against an inside the arc glass cleaner as well. So he's got high rebounding, but I'm still snagging there. As long as you get good position early, box them out, time your jump right, you can come down with that rebound, chuck that full court outlet pass, you're going to get easy assists. And especially if you use the sponge perk, you will get your takeover and your Mamba mentality extremely fast. And right here, ending it off with a last second dunk to get our 44th point, 10 assists, 15 rebounds, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. An absolutely nasty gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you drop a like and hit that sub if you're new, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.